Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. Joining me today is this guy down here. Thanks for getting in our faces there, John.
I do love it.
Yeah. Today we're going to continue Season 2, Birds of the Shore, our game of Stars Without Number. It's been like a couple weeks thanks to the holidays, and I'm sure we'll experience another break or two around these times, because that's just the time of the year it is. But how is everyone doing?
I am well.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
Oh, you know.
We do know. Welcome back, Andy, from your lovely beach vacation back to the snowy Seattle area.
Yeah, it was really cool to leave 80 to 85 degrees and come back to snow.
Yeah, I bet.
And we made it, and the house is still here. So
Excellent.
we did it.
Excellent.
I'm very glad.
Good. Well,
I'm gonna drop that every time I have the opportunity to say "very," just so you know, for the rest of this game now.
Barry. Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you're missing the live pre-shows. So that's where the good content is. That's really what you should be subscribing for. But we have other content that we produce, like our actual story. So to recap where we're at, does anyone want to give a shot at a recap? I need to find a way to incentivize that, even though we're doing milestone leveling.
Would you like some XP in the milestone?
Remember the scene in Imitation Game where they break the code and they realize that if they fully start saving lives, it'll reveal their work to the enemy, and then their work will have been for nothing? Our group is entertaining basically an equal and or greater, dilemma of determining whether to let these trapped kids we have come upon out into the world and potentially expose the agony, or to let the agony keep them until their deed is done.
Yes. So the Agony, who are way users who did kind of experiments on themselves or had experiments done on them by Aphrodite Pharmaceutical, who many of them used to work for. It's not clear exactly what happened, but whatever happened, they were altered physically, given way power through synthetic manipulation of their DNA and melding with other plants and animals that had been way affected. And it left them able to use this kind of space magic, but it is extremely painful for them to do so. And you followed kind of a crumb of bread trails from an Aphrodite Black Ops research site to this planet, this desert planet, where you visited the Kalud Academy, which is a college. You found that students have been going missing. You followed those breadcrumbs here and found the Agony had kidnapped them. And basically what they've been doing, and they explain to you and clarify in case there was any confusion, they've been kind of mind controlling, hypnotizing college students, particularly rich college students, like students whose parents are like upper management or executives at various corporations around the shore. And they are basically leading them to various vendors of a couple things that they need. One, they're having students steal really, really powerful computers from the computer labs on campus and bringing them. And they're also having the students use their parents' their mommy and daddy's bank accounts to pay a desert miner for really, really rare fulgurites, which are these like lightning struck mineral deposits that they are using along with some Aphrodite tech and research to kind of figure out some stuff about the way. And they will go on to explain to you that specifically what they're doing is they're comparing their own brain scans to the brain scans of people who Aphrodite have been studying, who naturally developed the way throughout their maturation into adulthood. And what they're trying to figure out is what is different about their own brains and DNA that causes them to be in such pain and agony when they use the way. And ultimately what they want to do is basically perform like surgery on themselves to fix it. And they need these supercomputers and the fulgurites and the headgear that they stole from Aphrodite to do it. They say they only need a few more days to do this. And when they're done and when they leave, they plan on letting these kids go, these college students. So that's kind of where you stand with them. And unnervingly, several of the Agony are able to read your minds. They let you know that they can do this. So if you want to have a discussion either here or elsewhere, we can do so. So I have I found a battle map like 20 minutes before we started. I'll just go ahead and pull that up.
We fighting now?
No, but this is just like to give you an idea of kind of the space. There's just like a long hallway that you all came down through to the north up here. And then it enters this space where there's a couple of like they've stacked all the computers in one room and networked them together. They've got like a general area where you've met with the people. And then in these back rooms, they've just got like the hypnotized and drugged out students that they're taking care of.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll open up with you all kind of standing in the center of the lab with several members of the Agony as they are kind of catching you up on kind of what it is they're planning on doing. So they do not intend these kids any additional harm. However, they have need for a couple more computers. So they talk amongst themselves and they're like, we'll need to get at least one or two more of the students to bring us computers from the lab. And then we should have everything we need. This seemed to have bothered you all, says their leader. And I had the name of the leader somewhere.
That is Aronix?
Oh, it was Moe's Curia.
Mose. Yeah, Mose.
Sunny will speak up and say, mind control and manipulation is always going to bother.
Why is that?
Taking control of someone's mind against their will doesn't seem wrong to you in any way? Or is it just a means to the end?
The rich have done so much more than you could possibly fathom.
Based.
Thank you. Thank you, Norm.
And doing this because the rich have done worse makes you better? Or does that make you worse, or does that make you like them? What are you fighting?
I can either be better or I can survive.
Also true. Guys, I'm agony pilled. I don't know what to say.
He's
I
taking
agree with
the red
everything
pill.
they say. Yeah. I am mind controlled by them. Maybe. For sure.
You pinch yourself, Norm.
Hell yeah. I'm still in control.
Your little top in your mind wobbles a little bit, and we're not sure if it's still spinning or not.
Yeah.
Very good.
This is all a dream, a flashback, if you will.
Well, Sonny, if you're so opposed to the mind control, perhaps you could go steal the computers for us.
That might be an option.
Only if we can release the kids.
We'll release the kids when we're done. It'll be a few more days.
What's a few more days to our grand plan of destroying capitalism, guys?
What will you do after you finish your research?
Well, we will be performing sort of procedure on ourselves to fix it, to fix this mutation of ours, and after that, who knows? You seemed to have an interest in a bit of an alliance against the corporations, was it?
We have an offer.
Well, anything to get back at the corporations. I've heard it in each of your minds, and I would agree. In this, we are aligned. We could join your alliance.
Yeah.
The price of a few computers.
What condition will the students be released in a couple days? Will they have their memories? Will they know who you are?
Ooh, memory alteration. Has anyone done any of that? No, I think they'll retain their memories. They'll be no worse for wear. They'll have missed some exams, some due dates, but who cares?
Think of all the stories they get to tell. They get to ride this story out for the rest of their lives. I was kidnapped by space psychics. They're going to get grants. They're going to get scholarships. They're going to get a free ride. All for 3 days of chilling out, drugged on a couch.
Aren't they already the children of rich people, which is why the agony feels okay?
They're going to get
They already got
double
a
free ride. Isn't that fantastic? Wow, we're doing them such a good thing right now.
Hashtag merit scholarships.
X, what do you think?
Well, I'm worried about, my friend's cousin, niece, daughter that I can't quite remember. The memory's not so good. But
Lynn, the biomedical.
no, I know her name, but the relationship. I've been saying she my cousin.
She's.
But
yes, that's what you told the security officer.
Yeah,
But it is your friend Yazu's sister. I'm literally reading your mind.
Thing.
I'm reading your mind and getting this information. You don't.
That's impressive, man.
Your
I
mind.
can't read my mind.
Your mind is like a notebook on a screen in my mind, right in front of me.
Whoa.
I can just, pull up the tabs, do a quick search.
And is it legible, man? Because when I try to read my mind, it's fuzzy.
Well, maybe they can help you.
Oh, don't think the word fuzzy. It gets very. Oh, now I have a headache.
Oh man, headaches are the worst. I've got some sweet pills that'll help with that though. You ever heard of Dr. Talk-A-Lot? He's great.
And now hundreds of hours of Dr. Talk-A-Lot just flood this agony man's mind.
Oh,
And
God.
he stumbles to the floor.
Adjusted, psychic people ever.
Lennis is now just forcing himself to imagine shirling and shag carpets and just all things fuzzy, as a just to see if there's a reaction nearby,
Yeah, it's me. That gave me a headache in real life. Oh my God.
You all just start getting weird side eye
mind
constantly.
reading.
Oh yeah, you had the foil, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, lettuce in his foil
Lettuce,
hat.
you asked me when you entered if you could have some aluminum foil.
Oh yeah, why did I even do that? The 2 weeks was so long ago.
I know.
So,
Wait,
It's because when I touched the building, I went into a trance, didn't I?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And so now I'm very suspicious. Okay, so I'm wrapping. I'm using a adventure gear, whatever my fucking inventory thing is, to wrap my head in foil.
There you go.
And I'm thinking about shirling and down filling for pillows and all fuzzy things.
Okay.
So, to answer your question though, Sonny, I just want to make sure Lynn's made whole, right? That's why I'm here, checking in on her. I'm worried that if she gets let out, that she's still gonna have problems, but we've litigated this, it seems 2 weeks ago or something. Man, time's a fuzzy thing when I'm standing here. So, I mean, like, if you guys want to just let her go, I guess that's cool. I'll try to get in touch with Yazoo.
Yes. Just try and keep the details to a minimum. We don't want to be found out.
I am like an iron lockbox, man. Nothing gets out of me.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if you all will be hanging around, you're welcome to use the facilities. If you haven't already found somewhere else to stay. Norm.
I think
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
I think that we should maybe talk with Lynn's roommate. Cause like he's got an in with the computer girl. Like it's his mom or something. I think we could maybe just get you your computers.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying something. I just like, jumped in, like real rude. I'm gonna go like
Yes.
shoot up in the corner or something.
Yeah, actually about that. We could, the procedure for modifying our mutation with the way in our genes and brains, we have need of several supplies beyond the computers. Drugs to subdue ourselves and our powers so that we can't subconsciously react and harm one another.
Oh, I got you. That's like my MO, man. Yeah.
Yes.
My dude Yazoo, he's the hookup. I've got the liquid sky, man.
You have liquid sky.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
A lot of it.
Perfect. We will need much of it for everyone. And there's like, I don't know, I don't remember how many agony I mentioned being here, but it's probably around a half dozen, maybe more.
Okay.
So yeah, they're gonna need a lot of drugs, basically to pass each other out, and then they are going to use the way to perform like a sort of surgery on each other. Speaking of, during the procedure and even in recovery, we could use some medical supervision. Norm,
I am a trained professional.
yeah, what type of medicine did you practice? Is there?
Well, it depends on what the main medical problems are of this day and age. So
Well-
I know he's not like a trauma surgeon, right?
Oh,
So
that's
he
too
can't,
bad.
like,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
but you know, I described it as being general practice. So he's kind of a many fingers and many pots kind of guy,
Ew.
and you know, he's not a specialist or specialized in anything.
Okay. Just general practitioner.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're gonna want your help when they're performing the surgery, just to keep an eye on people, make sure that they're not like
Yeah,
gonna die.
I can do that.
Okay.
Hey, Norm, I suggest we invite them to the ship. Might be the safest place for this surgery to take place, but with our extended medical facilities that we have.
Would you have room for all the computer hardware?
Of course.
Really?
We-
We
Sick.
should have room for storage for something like
It's
how
a-
much computer hardware
It's
is
a
there?
frigate. You'll be fine.
We'll be fine. And we have an extended medical bay that literally is there to help keep severely injured people alive until we get somewhere with better facilities. So I'm sure it's better for surgery than this house.
Where is the retribution parked?
in orbit.
It is in orbit.
We'd have to shuttle them up to it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like, couldn't the shuttle take all the computer hardware and stuff?
It'll probably involve a few trips.
Okay.
But yeah, you can absolutely do it. That's fine.
Didn't we also need to settle up with the crime boss whose goons tried to kill Norm?
Yeah.
Well, now that we know that he's working for these guys, I don't care. I'm not after blood.
Is the crime boss gonna be? Didn't you kill two of his guys?
I killed one of his guys, and if he's that petty, then we'll talk about that then.
We will speak with Jack Bitters. We will let him know that it was
problem at a time.
a misunderstanding. Or if you'd like to speak with him and meet him yourself, we can make an introduction.
No, it's fine.
Will he accept that it was a misunderstanding?
What a question.
We'll have to pay extra, but he'll accept it.
Okay. If we're
And by-
relocating the Agony to our ship, then there's no reason that the kids have to stay hostage. They can go out and point to this building and be on their way.
That is fair.
Why don't we move first and then we can do that? Okay.
Yeah.
But Aphrodite is after us, and if they happen to find us, it might be good to have a hostage.
Bro, we can outrun all the space
Yeah,
guns.
we can run away from them.
We got the
not
fastest
interested.
ship in the sector.
I'm
We're
gonna
like the
need-
Millennium Falcon.
I don't
I'm gonna
want to
need
run
a-
away from Aphrodite, man. If they're coming, I'm here. That's what I've been training for, man.
I'm gonna
Right.
need a talk check to convince them not to bring a hostage, because that's just kind of their way of doing things. They've had to be extreme to survive.
Wait, aren't we taking Linda or fucking brother anyway? Just two birds, one stone this.
I don't think so. I think we're just checking on her.
All right. Who's got the best talk? Me and you were talking. Let us.
I have talk as a neutral 0, but my charisma is 18. So, if you're helping me convince them, right, that it's a good idea to trust us, that our ship is fast enough.
Yeah, sure.
So this will just be like a DC 10.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, it's an exceptionally
Oh.
hard check.
Well,
But it doesn't matter.
Better
you
now. Nice one, Megan.
very well, very well.
Let us eloquently presents his case with nice flourishes and well
We
struck,
fast.
well struck points
Oh yeah,
quickly.
oh yeah. DC 10 is something too difficult to be expected of
yes.
anyone.
That's in conclusion, we fast.
In conclusion.
Conclusion.
He's got a
We
PowerPoint. He's got a PowerPoint. There's 2 slides. There's ship, and then there's we fast.
It's painted red too, so it goes even faster and fast.
It's got flames on the side, so you know it's
Hell
quick.
yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
It's still the matter of them needing more computers. I don't want to see any more kids mind control. So I say we steal them.
What if
Back
You
at it
have
again.
fun with that.
we just chatted with, like, baby Corp Bro and get him to get us his mom's computers?
That's asking for trouble.
What could go wrong?
I mean, we could just say, like, hey, we're on the case. We know where Lynn is and the other students. And
We need
like,
bait.
yeah, we're gonna negotiate with the hostages, and it turns out they need computers, man. That's why they were stealing them. And then, like, we get computers.
and then
and
he
we
can be a
steal 'em.
hero. Don't forget to tell him that.
Yeah.
What does he
could
care
be a
about
hero.
computers?
He could be a hero guy while we steal his computers. It's nice.
True. He looks like a bleeding heart, right? From what I've heard. You can convince him.
I don't think his heart was bleeding. He looked pretty healthy.
Well, if he refuses, you know what to do.
Oh my god. All right, so you're gonna go talk to Maximilian Yesteryear, the son of Lori Yesteryear, who is the CEO of LoriCon. What a vain woman. Okay. All right. So they say we will remain here for the time being until we have a chance to shuttle all of our gear up. Don't want to interrupt our research, but once we are ready to perform the surgery, we can begin to move everything.
How do we come back into your lair without going into a trance through your weird doorless wall situation?
We will know you're here. We can sense when anyone arrives nearby.
Oh.
Okay. So you begin, traversing back through the city, assumedly on your speeder bikes, just to make things quick. And you all arrive at the Kalud Academy. When you all arrived on the planet, things were rather busy. Lots of people coming and going, especially around the academy. And that is because they have the first, like, alien in the sector, at least so far as humans know, has arrived from near the center of the galaxy, like from the galactic community. An envoy has been sent to this particular sector, and this is the first time this is happening at the shore, to give a guest lecture. So there, and that lecture is today, this afternoon. It's early in the morning though. You all got a good night's sleep. If anyone has any like damage or harm, you can clear that. I don't think we got into any combat that would require that, but all the same. So you all are arriving outside the Kalud Academy. You get to the checkpoint with the security officer. It's probably a different security officer than you saw the previous time, but they have your pictures. They wave you on in. You're basically working for the headmaster at this point. Or he's at least given you clearance. Dean Shade gave you clearance. So you arrive, and there is just crowds and crowds of people in the quad. And I should get a different track going since we're no longer in the lab.
Turns out the quad is just a bigger lab.
It's just a giant ass lab. Okay. So you arrive on campus. The quad is just packed with people. There appear to be lots and lots of like people that aren't necessarily members of the academy here. So there's lots of students around, yes, but there's also like lots of adults, professionals, politicians are here. Out of the corner of your eye, Lettuce, you see that the governor is here. And you notice this because your other sibling is here. Your sibling who works for them. So last time we met one of your siblings.
Bacon.
That was Bacon. So this is Tomato.
It's Tomato. Harry.
This is Harry. So you haven't seen him in many years. So he's definitely got a lot more facial hair than you're used to or seeing, or that you remember seeing. But you kind of do like a double, triple take when you see both him and the governor here. And they're just mixing and mingling with some people here in the quad. Namely, Dean Shade, as well as some other professors. And your attention is also, everyone's attention is drawn there because there is also an alien standing beside the governor and all these other people. Who, I don't remember what the Anti-Viridians looked like. Did we ever give a description of them?
Let me pull up that.
Does anyone have like a mental picture in their mind of what they look like?
No.
I do not. I keep wanting to picture green aliens, but we called them Anti-Viridians, so that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it was just before the planet had moss all over it.
Sure.
So they could be green.
Okay. Sure. They're green. It's a green alien.
They're green.
They are humanoid in shape. They've got 2 arms, and there are in fact 2 aliens here, 2 Anti-Viridians. And one of them is dressed in a very, very nice and ornate white garb, and another is dressed in a very simple and plain black garb. A reminder that there is a kind of a duality nature to their culture, the Anti-Viridians. But that's not something that you all would know. This is the first alien any of you have probably seen in person. And the first known to anyone on the shore that has ever arrived. And they're all talking. And there's basically like there's like a whole buffet of food lined up with like punch and lemonade and other drinks, and a ton of food as well. But everyone on campus seems to be here in the quad right now. So, in fact, as you were kind of like walking, well, there were a lot of people walking in, but as you looked into through the glass panes into lots of other floors, there's like no one in the rest of the building right now.
What if we just like went to the computer lab and took some computers?
Yep. Classic Mission Impossible, go in during the big party and steal the thing.
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
understand that reference.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Can I have everyone make a notice check, and I'm gonna take the average of the roll as the result,
All right. Yeah.
and this will just be wisdom notice from everyone.
Boom. 13,
Oh,
12.
wow. Man.
Damn.
Y'all
Weird.
are rolling
Notice
really well
lot.
today.
We're quite wise.
20, 32, 40.
Andy, how does it feel to
42.
roll?
Don't fucking say it out loud.
Roll well.
The
Okay.
minute you say that, I'm gonna start rolling twos
so-
again.
With
The
all
average
the
10.5, Nick.
what's that?
10.5 average.
Yes,
Continue.
thank you. That is funny.
Impossible odds, by
Yes.
the way.
So you all begin heading back or heading towards the main building, and there's just a lot of noise of people talking, laughing. There's even some people singing. There is lots of ships flying overhead, traversing, looking for places to park. But you all hear this one distinct sound. You're all familiar with it, and it is the sound of a wolf. A robotic wolf crying as a ship is breaking through atmosphere.
Son of a bitch.
It is Morik's ship, the award-winning bounty hunter.
Nice.
On his ship, the last of her pack.
Again.
Think that
You think
they're
he's
coming
gonna
for some
kidnap the alien?
revenge?
That
We're
was.
just gonna.
Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead, John, and then Greg.
No.
Okay. What were you saying, Greg?
Do you think they're coming for revenge? Like we kind of beat them up last time pretty good.
I don't know. I think he's gonna try to kidnap the alien.
Oh well, I mean, like, I kind of want to poke him. Think you'd let me poke him?
Poke the alien?
Yeah, I've never poked an alien. I
don't
wonder
know.
if they're squishy, like a Beanie Baby.
I don't know if that's what we're here to do right now, Dax. Let's focus on our priorities, right?
But what if they're squishy? Come
what
on,
if you're
don't tell me you
squishy?
didn't think about it.
You know, I am thinking about it now. Although I do want an answer to that question.
I
I think we
know.
gotta go save Lynn first, right?
Yeah, let's get the computers.
Yeah, let's go do that first. Then we'll.
All right. So, you all head up to the. I had a name for the computer lab. Did I write it down? I think it's just the
I
yesteryear.
think it's the year lab, right?
Yeah, it's just the yesteryear lab.
Yeah.
People, you overhear students on campus just call it the YY lab. And about half of the computers in this lab are missing. There's a sign on the door that says, due to theft, increased security camera presence, or increased security presence is now in effect. If you know anything, please report to the security office on campus. And there is a security officer standing outside of the lab.
Is it the same guy that I talked to before?
No.
Oh. I'm gonna walk up to him anyway and just be like, yo, like, I don't know if you know, but we've been working for the school, man, right? Like we're working on getting those missing kids back. And I got a lead, man. And I need to get some bait to get the kids out of there, right? I'm gonna set up a fake deal, man, for these computers. Think I could take one of these, man? You think the school would be okay with that? I bet they'd come back.
He like has been just staring at you without blinking, and then he blinks and looks at the rest of y'all. So have you all been like pre-gaming for the lecture? Can you kindly move your friend along?
Oh, bro, I'm Dax. I'm working for the headmaster. I don't think you should call him though. He's a little freaky about like this alien thing. It's clearly been stressing him out. You should probably try some liquid sky. It's good stuff.
We're the detective firm hired by the dean.
Oh yeah, I saw the email about that, but
Email? Do you not have a description of us? Come on now, you should know who we are. You're the security officer. You're
yeah, I
guarding
don't
the area
really.
of the
I
store.
just glance at my email.
Where's your supervisor, sir?
Look, I just heard
Never
this guy
mind.
admit
I'll
he
go
has
find-
drugs on campus, which are strictly not allowed, especially illegal drugs.
He didn't say he had
I
drugs on
didn't
campus.
say
He
I
just
had
didn't know where
them.
drugs
I
are.
said
I'm gonna go
he
find your
should.
supervisor. And
Do
I
you
go to the
have drugs
security
on your
office.
person right now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, I've just heard you admit you have illegal drugs on your person. I'm gonna need to call my supervisor. And he
Good
gives-
plan, man. Yeah.
and
While he goes to like reach to his like shirt pocket or whatever, I'm just gonna reach out and just like knock him against the glass till he goes
Okay.
cold.
Okay. Give me what's the skill here? Punch?
I think I'm gonna go with punch.
Yeah, give me a punch.
Yeah.
He's completely
Knock him
unprepared for this. So very low
Take a plus
DC.
one.
Yeah,
Oh, just low DC.
Take a plus
Okay.
take a plus one. Oh no, he does the combat uses AC. So he's gonna have, let me look at my armors.
Punch does not.
Well, I
have
can use this as a skill, right? I don't have to attack him with a punch. I can use the punch skill.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Roll the skill.
Yeah. So I'll roll a punch skill. So here he's just gonna have a low DC instead of taking a
Yeah, that's fine.
modifier.
You're right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That is an 8.
Yeah. Okay. You knock him out cold.
Looks like we got way in, guys. Let's go.
Ho. I hope I hand out. Nick,
Yeah.
we saw security footage of people walking into this lab and
Yes.
stealing.
Yeah. You Sonny, you're
We
like
know where the cameras are, right?
No, Sonny, you're like pointing at the camera. You're like,
We saw footage from the hallway or from inside the lab.
yes, both. They're
Both.
like, there's a camera inside
Alright.
through the glass door over there, and there's a camera looking at you right here.
Yeah. All
let us-
I'm going to the
Hold
security
this.
office. You guys get the computers,
Bullshit.
and I start moving down the hall.
I'm gonna go back up, Sonny, because that seems what I should do.
Okay.
I'll hide the body.
No,
I
you
mean, he's not a body. He's gonna
throw
wake
him in the room.
up.
I will,
Computer, throw him in
I
the
will-
room.
I will Hitman style tumble his body into a wardrobe of some
There
sort.
we go.
Hey, tell me it's a locker. Stop him in a locker.
I think there's like a server closet or like a bathroom nearby. You can just prop him up in a stall on a toilet.
Actually, no, we definitely put him in a server closet because we're gonna frame him for the theft.
Yeah, very extra. Okay, so Sunny and Norm are heading back to the security office. I need to know what else they're going to be covering up. So Lettuce and Dax, you head into this computer lab, and the computers that are stationed next to each of the desks are about the size of like a desktop that we use. Imagine like a gaming desktop, and imagine like the big chassis size computer. Like, given that many computers in in this era are about, do I have it?
Gonna go pick up his computer. The string's
I
gonna just
have
go
one of
down.
those-
Die, it's gonna go down.
I have one of those Nook computers that's just like the size of like a deck of cards. Anyway, I can't, it's not on my desk, but so that's
It's
the
a
normal size of a
Raspberry
computer.
Pi.
Yeah, basically that's like the size of a normal computer for you all, or the size of a phone. But these are huge machines and a bit heavy. Not so heavy that
I
you
mean, it
can't
shouldn't
carry
be that big of a problem, right? I'm like,
but it is
really
conspicuous.
strong.
It is conspicuous if you walk past anyone else. So are you taking any
oh, that's
precautions?
okay. I've got a story for him. Yeah, it's
Okay.
cool. I work for the school, don't you know? Probe
Um,
know.
I could like rig them together and sort of make them into a little backpack so they're a little more mobile. We can move quicker with them.
Okay.
How many are we stealing, by the way?
I think they needed
stealing?
2.
Need 2? Okay, so I'll rig 2 into sort of like backpack like things so that we can sort of more agilely wear them on our backs
Okay.
rather than lumbering around.
Okay.
Nobody's
very
gonna
good.
question my backpack computer, man. That's totally.
Well, no one's gonna question a backpack on a college campus.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you head out. Are you all taking like any alternate route, or are you just gonna head straight through the quad again?
I was just gonna head straight through the quad, man.
Oh my god.
I
yell
think
down
we
the
should
hallway,
avoid
wait
the
till we get
party. I was gonna say we could also hang out in the hallway and wait for the people who are going to the security office to probably give us some good insight about the blind spots on our way out.
Okay. Let's cut to Sunny and Norm. You head to the security office, and the person who waved you in, who clearly recognized you when you arrived as, you know, working for the dean, says, "You heading out? What's up? How can I help?"
I need access to that security footage again.
Again? Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. What are you looking for? I can bring it up.
I need to see at least a 30-second blurb of every single individual theft. I need you to queue them up one right after the end. Might take a while, I understand.
All right, I got those files in a folder here. Let me pull them up. What are you trying to do,
All right.
Brian?
And I'm hooking my computer, my little my Black's Lab into their system
Okay.
so that I can download it. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to sit there as I'm typing into it and try to hack their security cameras and erase all the footage from today.
Oh my god. Okay,
So
so
that nobody sees us taking stuff.
it sounds like first you're trying to distract him with a unrelated task.
Yes.
So either give me a talk to distract him, or a sneak, which I know is right up your alley, to be like very sly about it with the sleight of hand.
I would definitely choose a sneak. Am I doing like sneak with intelligence
Yeah.
or charisma? Which one?
I think sneak, charisma, intelligence, or dex could all work here.
Well, they're the same modifier for all 3 for me, Nick. So I'm just gonna pick one. We're
Just
gonna
pick
go
one.
with charisma because that
Okay.
sounds like
This one is going to. Ooh. Okay.
a terrible roll. But good thing that I'm an expert because we're gonna try that.
Okay, this is DC 10 because he's like right there, and this is like he is a security officer. He is suspicious by nature, but you find the exact moment you need to sneak in your little data port USB stick thing, and you get the files. So
You originally described this as like very analog. So instead of a USB port, what I'm imagining is like one of those like VCR plug-in things that he's like putting into their cams. That is like a big cord that comes down to his computer.
I've got VHS tape with the wire that's sticking
With the
to
wires
computer.
that come out.
you pull out your red, white,
I'll,
yellow
Terminator
plugs with your Nintendo 64 adapter, and you just slot those 3 suckers in there. Okay. You plug in. He's entirely distracted. He's playing back the data for you, and now I'm just gonna need your hack check to do the hacking action.
I can do that. And Nick, I guarantee you, man, I'm all ready to go. I'm set up.
Okay.
I'm good. Okay, great, Ian.
So this sounds like an off-the-cuff hack.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a higher DC than 10. Or, oh, wait, the base DC. I need to figure that out. So you are going to try and sabotage a system, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is completely damage a specific system such that it physically self-destructs or becomes jammed with malignant code. Oh, maybe that's not right.
He's trying to erase like a VCR tape. Like, how hard can this be?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's at that point, we probably distract him and use a friggin' magnet. But
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's just say like deleting data is a form of sabotage a system. So this is going to be DC 10, but it's on the fly. So that's another plus
Impossible task yet again.
I love our impossible tasks.
DC
Nick.
11, buddy.
God damn,
Super
these
friggin' hard,
VCRs
man.
are just impossible to.
All right. Well, I have a +1 modifier because I'm using my black slab.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay,
we're doing this with intelligence.
perfect. That's a
And
12.
Hey,
We have
Oh, shit.
All
look
right.
at you.
One after another. You're just deleting hours and hours of footage from today, from anywhere and everywhere that you think, like based on the shitty file naming scheme, anything that could be near the. Oh wait, are you just deleting all the footage from everywhere today?
all the security footage from this building from today.
Okay. Wow.
And then after I get that done, Nick, I'm gonna point at the last theft and be like that. Look, you see there?
I have
And I'm
another
gonna line
question.
it back. Go ahead.
Sorry, I have another question for you. Are you letting the cameras continue to run, or are you just shutting them down?
I mean, my plan is to stop the recording and delete them.
Okay.
Delete the video. So
Okay. So there will be no data recorded throughout today.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay, this one.
This alien no boned, guys.
All right. Here. What do you need? Do you need me to play it back slow?
No.
I
I'll
can
take
enhance.
control of it.
There's a button for enhance.
Yes, right there.
All right.
Enhance.
Click.
Enhance again. And I'm going to
Click.
show this little. I'm going to look at like a shadow in the window, like right there. You saw it. It moved in and then it moved out.
Oh my god, I
There
didn't
might
notice
be more
that shadow.
physical evidence. I need you to go check for physical evidence in the back of the back of the facility. They were heading in that direction, and I want to get as many security guards going
This was
away
days
from our
ago,
point of
though.
exit. It could still be there, man. You don't know with the humidity in the area. There could be a print. You never know. It could.
Shadows don't leave prints.
I'm talking about the man. You didn't see him in the video. I will slap him across
Oh!
the face. What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Quickly, get somebody out there to try to recover that evidence. Look, fingerprints, the back doors. You get everything you can find.
This is Taggart. I need 3 people to join me ASAP. And he steps. He's like, all right, I have to lock the room behind me. Protocol, you'll
Of
understand.
course, I understand.
And he like leads you all to exit the security office, and he locks the door.
Wonderful. I will walk in that direction with him, wink at Norm, and then we will move away from where Dax and Lettuce are stealing computers.
Yeah.
And then I will direct him over the next 20 minutes to collect a whole bunch of bullshit physical evidence, tell him he's doing a wonderful job, and then walk out. And then
Okay.
use my comlink to communicate with my team afterwards.
Uh,
Hopefully it's in time.
You definitely walk past Dax and Lettuce as they're just carrying massive computers through the quad.
Oh, I mean, my whole point was to walk in the other direction from where,
Oh,
where
okay.
they were stealing stuff. I'm trying to lead people away from the theft, so we pull the security guards away to the other side of the
Okay.
building.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I want this to be a comical bit where he just rushes past them as they're carrying the computers, and they're both like, and you like, it's fine, we're good. And he just ignores them. It doesn't even register.
Love it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I am inserting that as a bit because I love it, and it will not come back to bite you. You have my
Told
promise.
you.
Hey.
They know, man. We work for them. And we got backpack computers. We're so cool.
It is amazing. So when I was a college student, I worked for the college, and I was given a polo with the university logo embroidered on it. I could literally walk anywhere I wanted on campus, and no one would question it.
Nice.
So,
I
Scary.
feel like when I was a student on campus and I had no logos, I could walk wherever I wanted. No one would question it.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So you all walk out with your computers. They're a bit big and heavy, but you can load them onto your speeder bikes, or just load them onto your shuttle immediately.
Yeah. I think it's time to start shuttling computers up to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't they need a few days of research for these computers, or if they can do it on a ship? By all
They can
means,
do it on the
let's
ship.
hold them. Yeah.
I should point out that in the quad, just backtracking just a minute, Maximilian was there. Maximilian yesteryear, and he was attempting to he had a table where they were protesting, like They were continuing to protest that students are missing, even in the middle of the festivities, and a lot of the staff and faculty looked really unhappy about it. And Maximilian in particular, among his student government group, anytime he saw like a reporter, he tried to like go talk to them. If anyone would like to engage with him, I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, I would like to engage, but not with him.
Oh, yes.
If you don't mind. I would like to hook up his phone to my data lab and download whatever security and whatever bank account information I can, and then stop by his protest booth and drop his phone into like some bag or something so that is now not in my hands. And then at some point later on, I'm going to try to steal some money from him and Lauren.
How are you getting his phone?
He already has his phone.
Oh, you already. Oh, that's right.
We have it. Yeah, we had it from our last interaction with him.
And we hacked into
that's
it to
right.
be able to read the text
In the
messages,
quad.
so we already have access to the phone.
Okay. I will need one more hack check to access his mommy's
more.
bank account.
DC 17, Nick.
DC 39. Let's see.
That's half a nice.
Nice.
This would be DC 12, which is a complete database acquisition. This is not Rush.
He got it!
Oh my god.
Oh
What a
my
hero.
God.
Sometime in the next couple of days, you want to let me know how many credits I can steal from him, please.
You
going
mean
into party
from
fun.
her?
Yeah.
The problem is, I think her assets might be frozen right now because she's on trial. Her entire company is being sued for faulty soul crystals.
Sure. So all of her public assets are totally frozen. We all know, Nick.
Ooh.
But she has money somewhere.
Okay.
She's sending her kid to college after all.
Okay, roll me a d20, Brian.
I love to roll you a d20. That's not a very good d20.
Okay.
Should have let me roll. God,
Should have.
I'm feeling a hot number. You
John,
wanna see
roll
my
me a
hot number?
D20.
Nope.
Hotter than mine.
Andy,
Barely.
Greg, roll me a d20. Let's get all these bad rolls out of the way.
Oh, Greg.
Pretty average. All right. Eventually, at some point, you will get probably like
5 credit.
A snack.
5 plus
Doesn't
8 plus 11 plus 40. 32. No. I'm kidding. Okay. I will let you know how much you make in a couple days. Well,
Sure.
I think we will kind of do a little bit of a time jump, unless anyone has anything specific that
I was wondering if maybe you were gonna take the money from Loricron to like pay for the crystals that they're gonna need.
they have all the crystals they need at this point.
Oh, I thought they needed more
Right.
crystals to go with their new computers.
No,
I think I'm ready for a time skip. What about you guys?
I mean, I've commanded a whole lot of the session already. I'm totally down.
God, I'm so ready for a time skip. Fellas.
okay. We have one more thing to do, and that is I need to roll a d20. Okay.
Oh.
That's gonna be 10,000 credits, which is a shitload of money.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so over the next few days, the Agony continue to work on their research. They eventually migrate onto the SS Retribution in orbit. Oh, fuck. I need to roll a thing to see if something happens.
There's so much going on. There's
Sunny-
no way they'd see our shuttle,
Yeah.
right?
Sunny spends a lot of time working on hacking this bank account and making sure that it's an untraceable hack and that the money gets moved where it needs to. Norm, you said you were going to be working on like developing a kind of a network of people here on the planet that can do favors for you on Shemaya.
It depends on how long we have, right? Because Norm's priorities is like the Agony relationship's way more important than random shitters on Shemaya, right?
Uh-huh.
So he would want to spend most of his time having them endear themselves to him, the clown doctor who is quite wise.
I think
a killer of men.
I think you can bounce back and forth between both and accomplish both, and especially like helping them with the procedures is what's going to go a long way for them.
Yeah, that's what
Andy is spending time repairing his drone, or Lettuce is rather. So Lettuce gets the opportunity to do that. Dax, what are you doing with your week? Or several days, which I am calling a narrative week or a mechanical week.
I think that Dax is trying to find a way to recover or otherwise compensate Lynn's purchase of the soul crystal. I think Dax is taking weird, odd jobs. Maybe he's like working for Jack Bitters. He just showed up and knocked on his door. He's like, "Hey, I hear you need like strong arms, man. I need some work." And is like, maybe doing the like running into the desert on the back of the sandworms because the spice must flow, and getting these crystals out at like high risk, dangerous jobs to like, so that when Lynn gets out, he can like try to put her in the best place possible for Yazoo.
Oh, sorry, folks. My stream deck got unplugged, so that borked my. Sorry, let me change this up so y'all can see the rolls. Sorry. Okay, so so this work that Jack Bitters does, going out into the desert. So he has this like heavy duty sand faring equipment, and he goes out on a skiff, and he basically charges into like sandstorms. And he's like, if you want to like risk death with me, I'll take you. And he like tosses you a sand suit. And like when everyone else is coming back, like as a storm is coming in and like the klaxons around the city are going off, letting people know to get the fuck inside and off the streets. You all are rushing out, and there's lightning. Like you can hear thunder trembling through the air and through the ground, even through all the sand. And then at one point he just stops and he like gets off the skiff and he just digs his hand into the sand and just like waits. And he feels lightning striking the ground. Then he checks some equipment that just looks like kind of a 3D radar thing. He like smacks the tool a couple times and like points it around, and he leads you on. I'm gonna need a like Dex saving throw from you. I think
there's a non-zero chance that rather than making a physical saving throw, Dax is willing to just like get struck by lightning, right? I think Dax is interested in zapping his brain a little bit here, because he's now under the impression that everything he went through was pointless and he no longer has any special powers. I think there's a recklessness to Dax. I think rather than making a save, Dax would rather take like a wound or a trauma from his time in the desert.
Yeah. So it's not the lightning that gets you, and it's not what Jack Bitters warns you about. In fact, he says, if you get struck by lightning, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, it was just going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, we're going on a skiff that, I've put some rubber on it. There's some some electricity repellent stuff I've put on there. But really, what we got to look out for is the worms.
Take a big worm bite.
Yeah. They're big worms, they're small worms. They're like fucking piranhas of any size. You just got to watch out for them. And it's the worms that come flying out of the sand. Like
I think Dax was sticking his hands in the sand like Jack, like trying to like feel the lightning. He's like, that seems cool. And he just like sticks his hand right in a worm like mouth. He's just like, oh, shit.
You're like, I found a rock, and you pull it up and there's like 3 worms just gnawing on your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'll take some damage. And it'll be a little nasty. Not much damage. It's just a few small worms that get you. But eventually, Jack Betters brings you to a spot that just looks like a crystal clear lake. A spot that's been struck by lightning. And he just begins to step on it, and it is hard. Like, he steps on it, and like it doesn't even crack like you'd expect it to. The way like frozen water does on like a little pond or a little puddle of water when it's frozen in winter. He just walks on it after like grabbing some tools, and he just starts like mining in through it and like taking a pick to it. And then he begins digging with a shovel through sand and is like, come on, bring a shovel. And you two work, and eventually you find like a couple really tiny fulgurites. He just tosses those off to the side. And eventually you find one of really good size. And he just says, do you know how much one of these is worth?
Probably a lot, man. I don't know.
I get the sense that you do a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
How many credits would you say you've spent on drugs in your life?
Whoa, man. Like a lot?
Well, one of these is worth all the drugs you've ever done and all the drugs you will do.
Wow.
As Dax is like pocketing all the little tiny ones that he threw aside. Okay.
All right. And it's a pretty interesting experience. I think it's just like a very, very survival focused experience for you, but not really one that you have a lot of necessarily control over or even skills in, because this is just like wander through the desert, look for something, and he never explains like how he found the lightning strike.
Sure.
But he like thanks you and says like, you're a good kid, I guess. If you ever get done working for those crazies, come find me here.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it possible that I could have pocketed enough of those little small crystals to like, I don't know, like maybe sell those off to like computer manufacturers or something? And like, my goal isn't to make money, but to like remunerate to the children.
Oh, interesting. Possibly. I don't think many people are looking for these fulgurites because not many people know about them. So if you can find a way to market them.
We technically have black market contacts.
That's right, you do. Okay.
From our ship.
Yeah.
So I think
in that case,
I go back to the ship like with sandworm bites like along my arm, like sunburned 3 ways to Sunday. I've got just like like my hair's matted down and like my glasses are rimmed with sand. There's just like skin peeling back from them, and I'm like, I need to speak with the black market. And I think that I put up these on like auction basically. I'm like, hey, I will cut you in on 15% of these sales if you can get these sold.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make quite a bit of money. There is, I mean, given what he says, like he has sold a number of the big ones to the Agony, which he explained how much one is worth, and they bought several from him. And you have just a bunch of tiny ones, so there's no way you're going to be able to like recoup whatever these college students' parents have paid.
I guess I will just do my best to like get as much as I can and like just send it to their like pads or whatever when they get free, so that they have like something.
Yeah. All of these students that are drugged out, they're just gonna have like a notification like, you've received 1,000 credits on Venmo.
Yeah.
And texts from their parents and like texts from their parents that are like, where did my 100,000 credits go?
I tried.
Anyway. Okay.
So you gave me 1 hit point of damage here. Have you looked at the strain system in Stars Outnumber at all?
I have not yet, no.
Okay.
If you want to take some strain.
I wonder if taking permanent strain might be relevant.
I don't think anything that might have happened in the desert would have caused permanent strain unless that's how strain works.
Strain is for like psychic abilities and cybernetic implants.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you take permanent strain, usually you either have done something like fucked up your magic, or you have modified your
You have
body.
modified your body in such a way that it like is less human, right? So like these sandworms or like the time in the desert took away a piece of humanity. So like I would have less ability to learn psychic things and modify my body like a street samurai.
I don't know if I want to get into the strain until you start using psychic powers. So let's put that off to the side for now, but I'll make a note to start reading up on some of that stuff so I can have a better understanding of how it might serve us.
Oh, cool.
Especially since, and I really should have done it because the Agony basically are at like max system strain constantly, but still able to do their shit. However that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have my mod view open, but I will bop that bot in a second. Okay, so Norm, you develop your contacts. You can, I believe, your ability is going to allow you to just like ask for small favors.
Yeah.
Can you link that? And are there any favors you want people to do for you now that you've kind of set this up? And do you want to have a scene or describe, narrate kind of how that comes together?
Not particularly. I don't. This is something that Norm has a great ambition of creating his own little information network.
Yeah.
So that when the time comes to rise, he can CC everyone and be like, "Hey, it's time," on a inter-system level.
Okay.
That is his ultimate dream of doing a multi-planetary uprising against the corporations.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well,
So this is just laying
yeah.
the ground.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people here that are not fans of big corporations. Hell, there's a lot of people that aren't even a fan of the Kalut Academy here because they just represent an entirely different class of people, way wealthier than they will ever be. And just like a giant monument of a structure and a campus that just is a constant reminder to all the people in the city that they are living on scraps and worm meat, while all these other fools are, drinking sparkling water and fresh vegetables.
Yeah, yucking it up.
Yeah, the yucks and the yaks.
It's true.
Yeah, so there is a lot of sympathy to your cause and interests here. Particularly even Jack Bitters. I don't know if you plan on talking to him, but if you do, he'll be like, "Oh, I heard there was a scuff. Sorry about that. I just heard that people were, asking about me and, the business I was doing with our mutual friends, and, business is business.
Yeah.
People are dead, but no hard feelings." That's
Norm
just how
does
it goes.
not have hard feelings. He is quite pragmatic when it comes to all of his relationships.
Yeah.
He is a weird, conniving doctor who, he's wanting to start a rebellion.
Fair. Yeah, well, there's lots of people, just if you've watched the show or lots of people like on Ferrix. People,
Okay.
yeah, just imagine Ferrix.
I figured as much. Your inspiration.
Great show, Brian. Watch it.
I'm 7 episodes in, Nick, and if you give me any more details, I'm going to punch you through the internet.
Okay.
All right.
But I
Well,
love you.
I haven't spoiled anything. There's a planet called Ferrix. That's it.
I'm past that. I'm 7 episodes in. I'm good. By
Excellent.
next week, I'll be done, for sure.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you've got a network. Just let me know when you want to tap that. Woo.
You got it.
Lettuce,
I will.
you work on your drone. I think the mechanics say that after like a week of repair, you can just it's back. You have it now.
Yep.
Cool.
Do we clarify what kind of drone it was? As it fits into this system?
Ooh, let's take a look at all the
God,
drones.
I wanted to buy you a drone so badly.
They have all
it's
these
page
drones.
80
Yeah.
in the printed paper, 84 on the PDF.
Yeah. Scroll. Let's just take a quick look.
I mean, I'd like a Void Hawk. I assume he'd be space worthy, but you know.
Oh, here we go.
You got a primitive drone. That's what I'd give you.
What is a Void Hawk? All right, they're unique in being built specifically for deep space use.
It's
He is
probably
a-
the
he is a
drones
mechanic
that gave us.
who worked on it, like, you know, asteroid mining equipment. I figured his drone would, you know, be something that he stole from work that, you know, helped work on mining equipment.
Yeah.
We want to stay primitive. I'm fine.
I was thinking, yeah, Void Hawk is fine. Now, in terms of fittings, do you think it comes with anything already on it? Most of these are just like weapons, right?
I would say that this was a repair from it being like stomped on. So I think for fittings, it goes back to 0 until I have the chance to add more to it.
That sounds good. If you want to
For
have
now-
spent money and include like putting a fitting on as part of your week of repairs, go for it.
Was I supposed to take on money from the Agony? Can you pay us for that, for the computers? Did we not?
Why would
did
they
not
pay?
us for-
Why would they pay you?
We still
The price of the computers is them coming with us.
Yeah, we're getting paid when we get them off planet and
Okay,
in alliance with our friend.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Go glory hole.
If you need money, we have
no.
money.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I think I get these things for cheaper too because of the Tinker foci. But no, my other question was, did they release the kids?
Yes. Well, okay.
Release the kids!
Okay. So there's a number
Why
of
don't we
things.
take a break?
Rachel?
Let me do some quick narration of things that are happening throughout the week on the planet. And one of the things is that the kids are released. I think what happens first, the day of the alien lecture of the Anti-Viridians, you hear after the fact, and it is all over the news and any social medias that you all are a part of, if any, that these aliens came to the shore, came to the Kalut Academy, and began giving a lecture on basically they're like, hey, welcome to the Galactic Empire, y'all. This is some of the history of like the galaxy and some of the major players in the galactic community. And they begin to kind of divert from their talk pretty early on and begin talking about how powerful the various empires, principalities, conglomerates, and other civilizations of the galactic community, like how powerful they are. These Anti-Viridians, they call themselves, speak of how they left a dying world and were welcomed with open arms into the galactic community as a good people with good intentions who cared for others. But how in recent decades there have been other societies greeted and introduced to the galactic community who have been oppressive or violent societies and who have been brought to heel by the great and powerful tools and weapons at the galactic community's disposal. Once a member of this community, they look out for you, the Anti-Viridians say, but become our enemy, and you may find yourself isolated on your own worlds, or worse, return to dust. And it's at this point where they begin to make a bit of a threat. These Anti-Viridians share that the planet called Saber is in fact their home world, and that they have come to tell you all that they plan on petitioning the galactic community to have it relinquished back to them. their sacred homeworld, they call it. And it's at that point that an assassination attempt is made, and one of these anti-Viridians is killed. Who has not rolled very much tonight? I would like someone to make a roll.
Not too much.
Andy.
Has Andy rolled?
Andy's rolled a couple times.
Yeah, I've had some perfectly successful rolls, which Nick is now trying to capitalize on, assuming the pendulum will swing
Andy,
the
if
other
you want,
way.
I'll take the heat.
Okay.
No, I'm the guy who starts wars in this game. If you want me to do this,
I'll roll it. Nick, what am I rolling?
okay. Join
So
me.
the
Start a war.
So these anti-Viridians. Oh, I only wrote one of the names down. So the we've described how the kind of gender system, which I'll put loosely, is based on Minerva and Diana. Which one is which? Minerva is the kind of like the sun regarding light and warmth, and Diana is the kind of like the associated gender with like the darkness, more kind of skepticism, that sort of thing. And so there is one of each of them here, and I need to know whether the Minerva gendered character dies or the Diana gendered character dies. The Minerva one, I'm just going to tell you all that Min is at the front of all Minerva gendered characters' names. Their name is Mintel Vrion. And my notes did not save the name of the other one, so I'm going to have to try and remember what that was. So on a 1, the Minerva character dies, and on a 2, the Diana character dies. So I just need a 1d2 for who gets assassinated.
How do I do a D2?
/R space 1d2.
Other slash.
Other slash.
Where the fuck is that?
Other slash.
John, just do it.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
You could also roll
Fine.
any dice.
Kill him.
Also
Alright.
do any dice and evens and odds to make
That's
that
fair.
work.
Okay.
Yes, kill.
So, the white-garbed Minerva character, Mintel Vrion, who, in the threats, in their good cop, bad cop routine, I'll call it, is offering that, like, we as a people are open to negotiations, and we are happy to talk about trade in exchange for what we know is a big ask to move a society, but this is our ancestral home. And then the Diana character, whose name I don't have written down, is basically like, or we'll have to resort to more drastic measures. And it's at that point that Mintel Vrion is shot and killed. And the entire campus is like erupting in chaos. There's like a huge lockdown procedure. It's a fucking clusterfuck because apparently all the camera footage has been deleted and stopped. And it's a huge embarrassment to the Kalud Academy. There is a bit of good news, but it is completely overshadowed by the assassination. And that is that many college students who have been missing the last few days have been returned to the streets of Shemaya. And they found their way back to their home on campus. Which is under lockdown, so they had to be put in hotels and motels nearby. While that whole
I think they got
clusterfuck.
1,000 credits.
Yeah, exactly.
For their hotels.
Dude,
All
now
right.
they can hit community bar. They're all set.
Yeah.
You also, I don't know who of you sees it or hears it, but at some point, like the day of the assassination, there is a ship leaving atmosphere with the like reverse sound of a wolf howling. Like the Pokemon roar version of a wolf roaring, but in
I
reverse.
slide into the passenger or co-pilot seat next to Sonny. I need to amend my statement.
Yeah.
He didn't kidnap what? And then I snide back out.
Okay.
Can we go on break real quick?
Yes, we will go on break, and when we return, we will hang out with the agony while they fix themselves. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We're back. So, I've been talking and forgot that we were muted, so I'm gonna have to edit this and remember on my edit that I need to fast forward to actual audio. Okay, as a quick recap of everything that was muted, Lettuce put modified an assault rifle to put on his drone. And then in the procedure for the agony to kind of fix their brains and genetics so that they can use way powers without hurting themselves terribly, they're going to be performing a procedure using their own power on each other one at a time. And to assist them, Sunny is going to be on the computer comparing their live active brain scans with the ones of people who've naturally developed way power, and basically going, here's the 10 things that are different between this picture and this picture. Oh, you're going the wrong way. Now there's 11. No, go back to 10. Okay, now we're down to 9. So Sunny, that's what Sunny will be doing, is giving live feedback on the physical brain activity and brain shape. Norm is going to be performing medical, like just checking on people's vitals and prescribing stuff as needed. Dax is going to be the anesthesiologist. Applying drugs to make sure that they are knocked out and not able to subconsciously attack whoever's performing surgery or nearby, and also not ODing them. And Lettuce doesn't have any medical skills. He might help hold people down if things go really bad.
Craft new tools as needed.
Yeah, yes.
Don't I have a brother who's in play, who's like in the mix of people?
I mean, back down on the planet, but y'all are up on your ship now.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Unless you want to be down there going to reconnect with him, we can cut back and forth.
No.
You are supposed to cut back and forth between high tension and low tension in good writing. So, you could be the cool-off scenes. Never mind. All right, so Mose Curia, as the most potent way user, is going to be working on everyone else. And then after they've recovered, all of them have recovered, one of them, if anyone's left, will perform the procedure on Mose himself. They'll be performing basically 7 back-to-back procedures that hopefully won't be too bad, but we will just make rolls to encapsulate kind of all 7 of them. So this is going to be kind of variable DC levels. You'll still pass with a 6 or a 6, which is the minimum threshold of the lowest and easiest outcome. But that on a 6, that might still mean people get really hurt or die or are unable to use their way powers or something. So we're looking for very high outcomes here from the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Who do you want to go first?
why don't we start with
Gotta start with the drugs.
True.
Gotta knock them out.
yeah.
Druggy.
All right,
Drug boy.
Dax. Let's see
All right.
how administering the drugs goes.
I think that this is probably... Is this a heal check? I think this is a heal check.
Let's see.
And I'm going to take a -1 modifier because Dax doesn't know dosages. Dax knows go to the edge of oblivion and stay there. And this seems like it is intelligence-based.
Yeah. Let's see. I could also make an argument for survive. But yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a 2.
That's a 2.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, as the procedure begins to go underway, it is going to become clear at some point if there is some bad rolls that the risks are going to be very high because these people are not either going to be not drugged out at all and they're going to lash out with their psychic powers, or maybe some people are going to OD. Let's see how the rest.
I think it's more likely to go the other way.
Yeah.
Dax is a heavy hand.
Okay. All right. So, in order to continue kind of framing the narrative, let's do another roll. Sunny, can you give me a kind of, I don't know, some sort of like technician support check?
You want a notice check, maybe?
Yeah, I think notice could be good.
I mean, obviously, I'd love to roll program, but that doesn't seem like hacking.
No.
This seems like
You're reprogramming their brains, bro.
No, he's not. He is
let's
not
let Moses do
reprogramming
it.
their brains. Yeah, I think notice or talk. I think they're the same modifiers.
For me,
It almost seems like work.
Work is like a catch-all for anything that's not captured by the rest of these, or it's like a specific skill that you know, like that isn't covered. Like, I don't know, welding could be considered a work role, or art, that sort of thing. But yeah, yeah, give me a notice. I think makes the most sense to me.
attribute.
Charisma or intelligence, please.
Notice intelligence on the way.
That is a 12.
Oh,
Okay.
even had I pulled the work, it still would have been above a 10.
That's pretty good. So as they begin performing the procedure on the first person, you're doing a really good job of being like, okay, you've hit this spot on this side of the brain, and there's lots of labels, so you can refer to different areas of the brain. And then these are people who've studied the brain and looked at all these charts, so they know what they're doing.
There are post-it notes all over my screen,
Yes.
man. We're good to go.
Yeah. And you're doing a good job of catching them, and you catch a groove with Mose. Like, you find that after a little while, you don't need to focus on over communicating in certain areas. You're just letting them know if there's something that they missed or something that seems to be growing out of attention, like as maybe an area of the brain is overcompensating or being overcorrected by their weird space magic. And then it's about the time we hit the third person that the third person just straight up ODs. And there's a lot of shock and surprise. And Mose, like, they don't even have a chance to cast any, like, or not cast, but perform any of their way powers. They just like begin to like writhe and shake and spasm. What are you doing in this moment as you like have just drugged them and they're like convulsing, Dax?
Boy, how do you handle that? I think Dax is like, I don't know. I think Dax is empathetic, right? Like, I think he just like tries to hold their hand and like keep them calm. Maybe he has a wet like towel to mop up sweat and hope they get through it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if Dax, much like Greg, I think Dax knows how to use drugs, but I don't think Dax really understands how to like heal or treat with them. And like the overdose process is as much a mystery to him as it is to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, with modern drugs in our world, like there is stuff you can administer that will stop an OD. Like, you can completely prevent death with medicine. So Norm, I'm gonna need a check from you to.
I would love to rush in, get everybody back, become the doctor I was born to be. You know.
Okay.
I'm forgetting the actual medication, but oh man, you guys want to hear a sad real life story real quick?
Sure.
If you'd
My
like to share.
friend used to be in the punk scene a lot, and his bandmate carried around a little like nasal spray that would help decoagulate a certain drug that connected to like the brain immediately by just shooting them in the nose twice. and he saved like 6 people's lives, and is now on like a big movement on like Facebook pages and in the Dallas Fort Worth area punk scene to just get everyone to like buy this thing because it's an over-the-counter medication.
Yes. Narcan.
Thank you. Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
John
really
wants to
powerful
roll his heal check and show off his wisdom, please.
Yeah, please.
I would love to. That's really bad.
That sucks. Would you like to use your reroll as an expert?
I am not an expert.
That's right.
Get that.
Oh no.
I'm an adventurer.
Okay. So
I look at him. I look at our friend Mose. I realize it's too late.
I don't know if it's too late. I think that this drug is just so potent that the anti-OD medication just doesn't work on this stuff. How does that sound?
That's fine.
And I think as everyone in the room looks around and like Mose tries to reach in and like restart their heart, like telepathically, or not telekinetically, like restart their heart, and is sitting there basically performing, magical CPR. Like everyone in the room, including those who are the first 2 who had the procedure done, who are recovering, and like the 3 remaining that still need to have the procedure done. Everyone's kind of looking around in shock. And when the individual flatlines, there's just a very, very awkward silence. And eventually, Mo says, well, if we can't properly sedate anyone, and the risk of immediate death on just sedation is so high, we have no way to overcompensate for it, or we have no way to compensate for it and bring people back. I don't know if it's worth it. What do you all think? And he like turns to the 3 remaining people who haven't, the 3 remaining agony members who have not had the procedure done, and they look terrified.
You see Sonny like get on the comms and go, Lettuce, where you at? Can't reach him because he's muted.
Turn on your comm.
Lettuce.
Fuck. What? I'm here.
Get the jumper cables.
Jumper.
We need you.
No, we
aren't I
have
right
a
next to you?
defibrillator.
All right.
I slap Sonny. Don't make a joke out of a man's death.
Sorry, what are the jumper cables for?
Clear.
He wanted to hook him up to the guy's nipples.
I'm looking for something for a mechanic to do. Let's see.
Because he doesn't want me to be some sort of comic relief, character.
Okay. Lettuce, give me a fix check.
On what?
Your drone explodes if you fail.
No. He's gonna come in and hook up a battery to this guy and try and save him. I'm giving you all an opportunity to save this man's life.
Is that Dex?
It doesn't matter. You need to roll 2 6s.
Give him like a -8 modifier.
Oh,
That's 2
Oh my
6s.
God.
That's
We
2
got it.
6s.
fucking got it. That's amazing.
Everyone's just like standing around this body for like 2 minutes, and then Lettuce runs and clamps down. Oh my god! I'm tripping balls right now.
Oh my god, he did it!
Is it over?
The redneck defibrillator worked. I didn't think it was real.
No,
It was myth.
we thought
You made it real.
we thought you were a goner, says Mose. But this
What'd you
man,
see?
and he puts like a clawed hand, because remember they like were mutated with alien and you know, or animals and plants. A clawed hand on your shoulder, Lettuce. Wow, that was incredible. None of us thought that that was possible.
No one. You're a hero, Lettuce.
Literally no one.
How does it feel to save a man's life?
Happy to.
You're a doctor now.
We're giving you an honorary doctorate in medicine.
I will say that during all of this, I think Lettuce put his tinfoil hat back on for fear of these people's fuckery. So just to make sure your image is complete, I'm still like Lettuce is still like standing as far away as possible. Like, happy to help. Yes, I gotcha.
Okay. Holy crit, Batman. That's right. Okay. I don't even know if, like, how do we feel about narratively, like, as storytellers? How do we feel about the agony and continuing to attempt to be modified? Because that was, like, terrifying.
I think this is a perfect opportunity to get them connected with Mango Glory Hole, or whatever his name was, and be like, hey,
The name now.
this guy has an entire pod people who will help you out. Why don't you let us contact him for you and see what he can do? Because ultimately, we're not looking for the alliance with you. We want to get you connected with this guy anyway. He's got resources that we don't have. He may be able to facilitate this operation much more professionally than we can.
Very well. I think that I figured that oh wait, I should be giving you bonuses on your heal checks, John, because you do have a medical station, but a 5 is still pretty bad.
It would be a 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
We wouldn't have had that fun story if this didn't happen.
That's right.
Sure.
It had to happen this way. Well, if you think that they will have a better setup than you all do here, I'm willing to try it.
Undoubtedly.
Sunny quickly opens the drawer and throws the duct tape back in.
Excellent. Very well. You give Magno Glorio. I just want to remind the audience. This is for the audience's sake that they know this guy's actual, or at least his original name. Magno Glorio a call. He says, yeah, he's like, hello, to meet the agony. Oh my, didn't know you'd be running into them. Are you sure that it'll be safe for us? They're known terrorists, even by our standards.
You wanted the alliance.
Yes, but you know, and this is just playing very loudly over the speakers in the cockpit throughout like half the ship. Are you sure they're trustworthy and they're not just gonna murder us in our sleep and eat us?
Yes.
All right, very well, very well. I'll send some coordinates for you to drop them off. We'll have them meet a medical team. Is that Sonny in the background shaking his head? I see.
No, he's get the fuck out of the comms room.
Do you have something to say, Sonny?
No, you're breaking up.
We'll see you there. Beep.
You're breaking up. Beep. All right. I'm not gonna roleplay me talking to myself. So
That's respectable.
I know it's all Andy ever wanted. He texted the group earlier saying that was his goal for today, was to get me to talk to myself. So he is actually gonna give you all. Where would the place be?
I don't know. We're just staring at this abandoned workshop in Shemaya right now.
Okay, fine. I'll move you all. Boop. Okay, so
Let's go to Saber.
well, Saber's kind of on fire right now because everyone who's living there is being told that it may not be their home in the future.
Better go.
And there's a lot of political questions about, okay, well, if we're giving up this planet, where do we farm? And then lots of people saying it's a big fucking planet and we only have like a couple major cities. Can't they just take most of the planet? Like half of it? Just divide it at the equator. There's a lot.
Since we're in corporation hell, I feel like this is a good time to mention that agribusinesses historically have run very successful coups, revolutions, and wars to keep their supply lines. So
yes, they have. So I think Malafar makes sense to me, since that is somewhere that has a lot of like, where there's a lot of medical experiments done.
Sure.
So yeah, they'll send you all the way across the sector to go drop them off. And surprisingly, when you arrive, Magno Glorio is there to meet you all. He's like, I wanted to meet them for myself. And he like shakes Mose Curia's hand and introduces himself to the entire Agony, two of which, during the like day or two that it takes to travel all the way over there, seem to be like their mutations seem to be receding. And they seem to be saying that like headaches that they have had constantly are going away. So the procedure, at least on those two, seems to have been successful, which is giving the others a bit of hope. And not only that, but Mose will have help from those other two in performing the procedure on the remaining three. So things are looking good, and plus they're going to have a ton of medical support staff to help them through the entire process. But that's not why I came to meet you all. I have another mission for you all.
You didn't get paid for the first one.
Yes. And you just like get a notification that you all have received some cash. Can we add another 10,000 cred to the ship? Or
to the ship or to individuals?
We can do one or the other. If you want, I can just give each of you 2,500.
Sure.
Let's just do that. Everyone add 2,500 creds. Dax, as you have probably, while traversing, been working your black market contacts, there are some people that will buy your fulgurites. Can you give me a D20, please?
Yeah, I can. That's an 8.
Okay. Take 4,000 credits for your fulgurites.
Okay.
After shipping costs.
Can I take 3,000 credits and give the extra 1,000 as like a kickback to the black market contacts we have?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So?
Okay.
That's on the side. Did we ever get paid from the dean?
No.
Oh, I will go to each of you and be like, good thing I got paid in advance. And I will give each of you 1,000 credits.
And did we get credit or did we smoothly get credit for the kids getting rescued?
There's no way.
Or getting
weren't
found?
there to
I mean,
take
we
that
should.
No, I don't think we went down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
We released them.
In the news, the kids say they were kidnapped by those, those terrorists, the Agony, after being like, the information's out there and it is like honest and public. Like they got mind controlled. They were forced to pay money for black market goods that they brought to the Agony on Shemaya right before there was an assassination. And since it happened at the academy, a lot of people think that the Agony performed the assassination. So the Agony, who are already considered terrorists, are now even more so considered terrorists.
Double terrorists.
Double terrorists. But Magno Glorio takes it on your word that they had nothing to do with it. Speaking of terrorists, we're putting a motley crew together. We could really use another hacker for a future job. You all have heard of Brucius Holloway, the wizard hacker from another sector who put some code in ship computers that caused them all to explode all at once.
Yeah,
Killed a bunch of
we
people.
heard about him last time we talked, I think.
It might have been in the private Discord chats, but
Oh, yeah.
yes.
I get those confused sometimes.
Yes. He's being transferred from another prison to the shore to Moonlock. Nope, not Moonlock Securities. To Penitence Civic Services. Their maximum security facility. He's going to be put there. Already on the way, in fact. Nope, has already arrived. That's what I meant to say. We want to break him out. I know you all went to jail not too long ago, but how about another prison break?
I mean, it is kind of our specialty, man.
Pretty good.
I think we can do it.
Let me look up some of the details here. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up my notes from this mission. I wasn't sure we were going to get this far. Okay. So, Brucius Holloway is a terrorist hacker who... Oh, our Discord stopped. There we go. Who, as I mentioned, is responsible for a lot of corporate sabotage and hacking. Yes, we have Vorex, who's a wizard hacker, but... and in my opinion... Vorex is a better hacker, but Brucius is a much more subtle one. He planted, code that would explode ship engines in computers, and it sat there dormant for years before he did anything with the code. His ability to undermine the programming of corporations without their knowledge is what we're looking for right now. We understand that the reason that Brucius was transported to the shore was political. The office of the governor wanted to make it happen for political gain. But we know that the warden of the maximum security facility has a bit of a reputation for... or should I say, extorting his prisoners for personal gain. And my guess is Warden Foz is using Brucius Holloway to sell code to the highest bidder. What else do we know about this place? If you look at the website of the security of the prison, they use a new simulation technology developed by Wacom to put the prisoners in what they call a rehabilitation program, virtual reality, to help keep the prisoners entertained, provide them education and rehabilitation. There are laws that have been recently passed that disallow more than 12 hours a day of this. But they have the developer of the technology, a Dr. Zhu, who works for Wacom, a techno-psychotherapist, who is also at the facility. He may also be using Brucius to help program their virtual reality that I'm sure the prisoners are not enjoying. I can't seem to find... I have a name for this prison, and I just cannot seem to find it. Apologies. It's bugging me. Any questions at the moment?
Well, not particularly.
Sorry, John.
No, go for it.
Is the facility that Brucius is being held at public knowledge?
Like, do people know about the facility?
Yeah, do like common people know about like where he specifically is being held?
Yes.
Right. Like, do people know that Brucius is at Guantanamo? Right.
Yeah. The facility is called Contrition Max Secure, and it is located on Lithios, which I have marked actually here as a penitence planet. It's also, and they're kind of like co-owned. Moonlock Securities is also located there, but that's entirely separate facility and corporation. But since they're both kind of security focused, they're just kind of co-located. So I'll put Warden Foz here in the chat and Dr. Zhu. Techno-psychotherapist, VR rehab, in quotes, program. Yes, the prison is always looking for ways to make extra money on the side using special prisoners and their skills. They've been known for selling suicide squads to corporations, running gambling.
That's where Disney got him.
Yep.
I knew it.
Yes, exactly. All sorts of things.
By a Disney shell company.
So my question is it common knowledge to everyone that Brucius is being held at this location?
Yeah, so the governor, like basically penitents lobbied to the governor to like, hey, Brucius is a VIP that we should try and get. And Contrition Max Secure is known for trying to get lots and lots of these like VIPs, like the worst of the worst or the most notable of the most notable, like ship people from other sectors so that those sectors can feel good that those like super violent or terrible people aren't in their sector anymore. And we can say like, look how great our Max Secure facility is. We can hold all of these horrible, terrible people and not have any problems because we're now putting them in VR for only 12 hours a day. So they say.
That skips one of my ideas, but I have a second idea. So what do you all think of this? You seen that Sylvester Stallone movie where he's like a professional break out of prison guy? We still have
you want to break him out from the inside? You want to do a virtuous mission?
Here's my thing. What if we sold our services as professional max prison breaker outers? Like we go give that interview that the lady from Saber has been asking for ages, and we talk up how badass we are, and we just approach these guys like, hey, we can even like tell some stories if we want. Like we've broken out of X, Y, and Z. We're so good. You want to test your facility against us, the best of the best, and then we get access to the inside, snatch them, and get out.
It's just crazy enough to work. Let's sign Dax up.
A lot of fun.
I'm not going back. I'm never going to jail again. You don't know what they did to me, Dax. Do you know how many cavity searches they did for my clown
in
ass?
jail?
Oh God.
Jail and prison are very different there, Norm. I know you're rich, but and
I'm
haven't
not
been to
going
them. But okay. Well, I leave it to you to come up with the details and how many cavity searches you all want to go through. Leave me out of it. That is
Didn't you say you had another team too? What are they doing?
I have many other groups I am recruiting to the cause, each with many different sets of skills.
Okay, specifically to this mission, you said you wanted another team for it. Was that
He wants another hacker.
team?
I want
Right,
a
like-
hacker.
Oh, okay.
I want another member of our merry little gang. You know, another resource at my disposal, another tool in the kit, another I don't
All right,
know.
we don't need more
synonyms.
synonyms, dude.
You're a synonym.
Got him.
You're a
Synonym continues to be my favorite spice.
You're a
You got
cinnabon.
me. Thank you. I am a pretzel. Because I'm like to twist. All right. Come on, baby.
A little.
I mean, I look at my team. We can do it. Yeah, right? I mean, we're all for it. Right?
Lithios
Yeah.
is a frozen wasteland of a planet. If you haven't been, I highly recommend never looking back. I've been to every planet in the sector except that one, and I
All right.
can't think of a reason to go.
We got to do some prep work then. You know, some groundwork, right? Got to find out where he is. We
Yes. Yeah.
gotta infiltrate the planet.
I know that the Warden Foz, and his captain, Creel, are very close. They conspire a lot on their schemes to make a lot of money. There might
Does he
be
have
other
family?
information there that I don't have access to that you might be able to dig up on them. Some way you could leverage them or undermine them, you know? I'm an entrepreneur. I don't come up with the ideas. That's why I pay you all.
There. Well, why don't we think about it for a little while? Do some digging. You know, you don't just raid a prison world in a day.
We're on it, man.
Excellent. Excellent. Well,
Please take care of our new friends. Bye.
will do. Let me know if there's anything you need. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Back on the ship. I look at my team. I need to buy stuff. What about you guys?
I think I need to give an interview with a girl from Saber.
Sounds
We've
like
been
someone
getting
else.
messages like from the Saber News Network.
No, like the news network of the entire sector, not just Saber.
Nice.
The entire the shore.
I legitimately think that's a great way of doing this. But I don't know. That would be Dax's plan. If you guys have a different plan, then I'll take a back seat for sure. But if we go with that one, I think Dax is like, hey, so like about that interview.
Weird. None
I
of my
love the idea of Dax being our spokesperson in this interview. Probably want to run it.
are any of these audio tracks playing for you all?
Yeah.
They are.
I was hearing one at least.
I got nothing.
I don't think I've heard one in a little while.
Okay, I stopped.
Nope.
I just
the-
heard one stop.
Well,
so-
I keep hitting start on some other ones that I imported from elsewhere, and they're just like starting and immediately just disappearing.
Weird.
Anyway, sorry about that.
All All right, I guess it's time for me to do my thing. Did we level up from all that adventuring?
Yeah, why don't we say that that is a level up, and maybe that's how we'll wrap today, before, and we'll just leave the, or maybe, I don't know. You all tell me if you want to do a little bit of digging this time. But yeah, let's go through the process of character advancement. Since we haven't, I mean, we did that at character creation. I gave you all like an automatic one. But let's do it again. So, where's advancement? Page 56.
So we get 3 skill points, correct?
Yes, 3 skill points. Oh, I went way too far.
56.
I'm just gonna read through it.
Okay.
Okay. When you level up, you level up. That's what it says. Okay. So, we're all hitting level 3. Once a PC has reached the next level, they immediately gain the benefits. So the first thing we do is roll additional hit points. So first, they become harder to overcome in combat. To determine their new maximum hit points, they roll a number of d6 equal to their new level, adding their Constitution modifier to each one. A negative modifier cannot lower a die's result below 1. Oh, interesting. So you add the con mod to the individual dice roll. It's not necessarily a sum. So like if you had -2 con and you rolled a 1, you would just ignore the -2. Oh, that's interesting. If the total is greater than your current hit points, you take the new total, otherwise increase the total by 1. So, everyone go ahead and roll 3d6, and then add your con mod multiplied by 3. And then we'll just interpret the results here.
15.
Oh, there's a way to do it?
Yep. Click hit points.
Oh, wow. What's your current HP, Dax?
14.
Oh, so it only went up by 1, sadly.
But that's still a success.
Andy, what is your current hit points?
11.
Oh, so it's going up to 12. And your con mod is 0.
Wait, am I stupid?
I have a question. As a warrior, I get +2, like I get an extra to my hit points. Do my hit points go up by 2 regardless? Should I go to 16?
Third level warrior would roll 3d6 plus 6 for their hit point total, plus 3 times their Constitution modifier.
Oh, okay. So you would add +6 on top of what you rolled.
It's in there. I put it in there.
Oh, it is.
Look at the roll there.
It's so hard to read though.
3d6 plus 3 times 2. Which
I'm at 24.
This formula is fucking nuts.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's like using
it's
ceilings.
not that weird. It's
ceilings
do you
and
have a
absolutes.
Constitution modifier? I don't have one, so I don't add it. Right? Mine's 0. So it's 3d6 plus I have a warrior 2 times 3, so that's 6. So I rolled a 15 in total, but you get that +2 anyway, right? So do I go from 14 to 16 or do I go from 14 to 15 is my question.
I think. Hang on, let me see the advancement spot again. It doesn't say
you have a 2 modifier to your Constitution, John?
No, I'm a warrior.
I understand that.
1.
So his mod is 3. Or sorry, his mod
3.
is 1 times 3. That's what the +3 is at the end.
And he's adding 6 to it again. Why are you adding 6
which
to
is
it again?
the warrior 2 per level.
Yeah. So why is he getting a 3?
Because
is that a con modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do have a con modifier. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. I was just trying to interpret. Well, I asked if you had a con modifier, and you said no.
I don't.
No, I said no. I didn't get to say anything because Apollo was talking. I could have solved all this in 1 second if you let me speak, you fucks. Come on.
Sorry. I don't think that warriors.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's an auto level button. If there's not, that's fine. I just need to know that.
I don't know.
I changed my level from 2 to 3 in the character sheet, and it modified my next level hit points and my saving throws for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the
And
only
that's
thing
what
it
I
doesn't
Points are
change.
manual.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian. Can you repeat
Yeah,
that?
the hit points it did not modify when I did that, so we have to do that manually.
I think hit points and skill points are manual. Everything else
Okay.
happens automatically. Oh, and foci you have to do manually because you have to choose that. So, well, you get
Not this level.
skill points that you can spend on skills, attributes, and I don't think you can spend them on foci. We'll get to
Makes sense.
that.
How many
Greg,
skill points do we get?
you get 3 of the skill points that you click that edit button in the top right corner of the sheet, and then you can add 3 to your unspent skill points. And then if you look at the chart on page 56, it'll tell you how many, or I'm sorry, on page 57, it'll tell you how many of those unspent skill points you have to spend to increase a particular skill.
Sure.
And you have to spend a number based on what the new level is going to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a minimum character level too.
yeah.
For
Okay.
skills.
Hang on 1 second. Let me get to that really quickly. I just want to go
There's so
through all
much
this.
cool shit,
So,
guys.
Greg, I don't think that warriors get a minimum +2. I think it is just increase it by 1, but you just have better odds of increasing.
Oh, cool.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Improve attack bonus, so that was automatic for everyone. That should have just updated on your. Where is attack? Oh, there it is under core statistics. So like Dax has a new attack bonus of 3 because he's a warrior. Norm has an attack bonus of 2 because he's a half warrior. And Sunny has an attack bonus of 1.
Yeah. We should have 1. It's our level rounded down. It's half our level rounded down. So both Lettuce and I should be at 1.
Okay.
It's level 3.
Okay.
Also, we don't get to do anything with foci during this level up.
I don't believe so. I'm trying to get there.
We get foci at 5 is the next time, I think.
3x.
All saving throws decrease by 1, so that should have also updated for everyone, which is great. Okay, now we get to skill points. So characters become more capable with their skills. A PC gains 3 skill points they can spend on improving their skills or save them to spend later. Experts and adventurers with the partial expert class option gain an additional, a 4th skill point to spend on a non-combat, non-psychic skill. If you are a partial psychic or a psychic, you also get a point for a skill point to spend on psychic techniques, but you can save them for later if you wish. Skills that are gained or improved immediately on gaining a level are assumed to have been perfected over the past level and require no training time or teaching. If you save your skill points for later, then you'll need to find a teacher or other explanation for developing that skill. It doesn't take more than a week to refine your new ability, blah, blah, blah. The cost for improving skills is listed below. So if you are moving up to a 0 skill, it costs 1 point. Up to a 1 in a skill, it costs 2 points. And if you're going up to a 2, it costs 3 skill points. And you, at this point, because of the level restrictions, you cannot go up to a 3 or a 4 yet. That comes at levels 6 and 9. Respectively.
Okay.
Any questions on the skill improvements?
Not yet. Can we go over attributes real quick?
Yeah, attributes. So a veteran adventurer may have trained or honed their natural abilities well enough to improve one of their 6 attributes, while even the most determined development isn't enough to turn complete ineptitude into gifted competence. A hardworking adventurer can hone their existing strengths considerably. The first time a PC improves an attribute, just the first time you improve it, it costs 1 point. The second time you improve it, it costs 2, and the third time you improve it, it costs 3 skill points. You can upgrade it a 4th and 5th time, But again, there's a level cap, and we're not quite there yet. And then I think when you're editing your sheet, you should be tracking the number of times you increase a skill, and that's what boosts are.
Correct.
So that you know how many of those unspent skill points you have to spend to increase that. And then the next time we do foci is level 5. So we're not focusing on foci right now, and it doesn't look like you can spend skill points on those. Yep, that's it. It's just the skill point stuff for skills or attributes. We can popcorn style this, and if anyone knows what they're doing or has thoughts or questions, speak up.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned before we started that we were initially thinking about doing spaceship combat, but we have had no opportunities to do so. Is that still in your plans to try?
Yes. I had thought about having the... I considered having Aphrodite find you all, but we were getting really low on time, and I haven't reviewed the combat rules recently, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time reading over that stuff. But I'm going to prepare for that for next time. In fact, and I'm going to show you all a little preview of something fun, because I have a map for this.
Yes. Shit. I saw you playing with this the other day when I popped on to look at my character sheet. You had this screen up.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just added all the actions earlier today.
All I saw was the sonar thing at the top, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, that's all there was until like 20 minutes before the show started.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
So yeah, I have a handout. In fact, I think I shared it with you all already, and I'll add some stuff to the Roll20 that'll talk about all these actions. Because there's a lot of them, and basically the ship combat involves like generating and spending action points every round to do fun stuff. My favorite.
It looks a little complicated from this, but it's not as complicated as it looks.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Especially since you all are probably just going to be running a lot, so it'll be pretty straightforward. My favorite is that I put in all caps, fire all guns. One of my friends that I played this in another group loved that action. They used it constantly. Okay, so let's go back to leveling up. Does anyone have any thoughts on the skill points they want to spend?
Yeah. I took one in work, sneak, and talk.
Work, sneak, and talk.
That brings me to a 0 in each of those.
Perfect. So sneak and talk, I think, are pretty straightforward. But work, this is a catch-all skill for professions not represented by other skills. Roll it to work at a particular profession, art, or trade. What does that represent?
I think I wanted that just to represent the background of kind of like after he left the kind of testing thing that Aphrodite was doing, he took a bunch of odd jobs, right? And I think that's what that represents, is just kind of like a proficiency with many odd jobs that don't necessarily have to be a specific skill, but he's just decent at them.
Okay, I'm just going to write a note on your miscellaneous area. Work skill equals odd jobs.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And that's all of your skill points spent. Perfect.
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
So I think that Lettuce did some shadowing of Shadow on the of Sunny on the bridge. So I took 2 points to move up Pilot from 0 to 1, and then 1 to move Program up to 0, and then 1 to move Punch up to 0. There's my 4.
Okay, so Pilot went from 0 to +1?
Correct.
Okay, with 2 points. Perfect. Great. That looks good. Nice.
And I assume the Punch improvement canonically, while hanging out with Sunny, asked him to help me fight better, and he had me like punching like cut ends of cables or something like that to just toughen up my knuckles. I don't know.
What the fuck? You need to go talk to Dax about that, dude.
Dax on that
Ouch.
one there, buddy. Plus, your pilot skill is now better than mine.
Oh shit!
Very nice. Well, something to think about now, Sonny. Brian, John.
If you're still thinking, John, I think I have mine.
Go for it.
I'm improving all skills as well. If I do attributes, it'd probably be maybe a level or two down the line. I'm gonna go with the things that Sonny did well along these last couple missions. He's gonna, well, the things that he experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I have one saved point in program from character creation.
Right.
So I can spend 2 more, and that will take my program up to 2.
Okay.
Which primarily what Sunny spent a lot of time doing. So I think that's fair and safe.
Yeah.
I made 1,000 notice checks, and I think Sunny is getting more perceptive. So I'm going to take that from 0 to 1.
Great.
My last skill point, I think I'm debating on that one, whether or not putting it into pilot to be effective to fly things, or whether I put it into shoot.
What kind of weapon are you wielding? A laser pistol?
A laser pistol.
Oh, nice.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, we're about to do a prison break. I think I'm going to put it into shoot. I think Sunny will spend some time after missing almost every shot in their one combat. He's spend some time on the range and get a little better with this pistol.
Have any of you used like electrical tools that have like those big ass battery packs that last only like 20-30 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 15
Yeah.
minutes at best, yes.
I imagine that's how laser pistols work, is they just have like the reason they have limited shots is because you have to like throw a new, like kind of like a soul crystal, honestly, but like some sort of battery in it.
Yeah, type A power cell. That's what your ammo is.
Oh, is that what they require? Okay.
Yeah, you have to have type A power cells.
So how are you practicing without spending ammo, or are you?
If you look at the description for type A power cells, they can be recharged on a ship.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
So when you have power cells and you go on a mission, you come back, you get them back.
Okay. Oh, so
Not
you can
physical ammunition.
So you can reset your ammo. Perfect.
Yeah. Which
Awesome.
I think I'm going to do that actually.
Great. All right. I love it. All right. Cool. Great job. And Norm. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's not for me. Norm's up.
I have taken stab because I have stabbed a man to death, and I think that I'm going to continue to do that in the future, regardless of what happens and what we choose to do on our missions. And I may bank my 2 unspent skill points.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
Okay. Sounds good. So you are a adventurer, which is part.
Yeah. I get a partial expert, so I gain an extra skill point every time I gain a character level, but it must be spent on non-psychic, non-combat skills. So
and you gain the 2 at 8 HP for being a partial warrior. Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Indeed. It's why I don't get rerolls ever.
Okay. So
I must suffer like G did.
Right. So just to double check with you, Brian and Andy, you both got 4 new unspent skill points.
Yes.
And at least one of them was spent on non-combat. So
yes.
Correct. Okay.
I spent 1 point in a combat skill and 3 in non-combat.
Perfect. Okay.
Advice.
Cool. All right. John is saving those skill points for something big.
I guess, yeah.
That's exciting.
I don't want to forget. I need to take a note that one of these skill points has to go into a non-combat thing.
Yeah, it's too bad it doesn't like give you a spot to note that. I also don't care that much. Especially like if you're banking it, I feel like that should be an opportunity for it to kind of like diffuse into a general skill point. Okay. So if you bank it, don't worry about it. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay. So, things are on fire around the sector. People are unsure about what what's going on with this assassination attempt. People think it's very xenophobic. It, reflects poorly on the entire human race, which means that the military is like doubling down on their patrols. Saber is kind of for the first time, for a long time, Saber has been very like lower class and working class versus corporate, but now even the corporations are kind of nervous and scared, especially Mian Bao, who's like solely located on Saber. They're not really sure what this like request for the planet back means. The office of the governor's receiving lots of questions about what this means, and he's like, well, I need to speak with the United Nations, the United Planetary Nations, and there's just a lot of anxiety and stress going around. But Mango Glory Hole is just salivating. He's like, this is our opportunity. As things are gonna destabilize, this is the perfect time to like capitalize and reach out, make contacts, build a network, do some work. And I'm really glad he says, I'm really glad I found you all. You all are building a reputation out there, and I think that your name is going to carry a lot of weight in recruiting others to join us, and inspiring others to fight and work for our cause. Now, let's go break a terrorist out of prison, eh?
Chopping first. I slap him.
Oh,
Now hit me.
don't you
Hit me
dare
back.
do that again. Oh. And he slaps you across the face.
Ah.
Wait,
All
hold on. I needed to wind up. Oh, but it
No,
hurts.
you got one free.
Okay, next time.
Next time.
All right. So why don't we call it early for today? I know I haven't been feeling well, and I'm getting tired. I know, John, you're not feeling well. Andy just traveled. Brian and Greg
sounds
are
good.
adults as well.
Yes.
So we'll call it for tonight. Any shout outs before we go?
No shout outs from me.
Okay.
Not in particular.
Yeah. So, for those of you watching, note that on Roll20 you can upload GIFs. They will play. I learned this. It's amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
And I'm looking forward to using this, even though like this is all it does, and I'll just put like little red dots on it and move them around. So yeah.
I mean, it's still cool. I can't wait for the trolling that you could do as a DM.
Exactly. So thank you for watching. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, thanks for hanging out with us. And feel free to join the Discord and follow the announcements, or just follow the channel and know when we go live. We do a lot of variety streaming. And by variety, I mean like we play 2 games here on this channel with the people that you see here. And then we do tabletop. So thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time here on Fable Table. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
All right.